Well, that's something you don't see too often there. Just there. That looks to be a dead swan. But I'm not going to go in to investigate because it's like this. And really, to be honest, doesn't sort of matter anyway. But where are we now? Well, that is the top of a ship over there. There's others just beyond it, over the other side of the water. The River Thames is the other side of that. You'll never guess where we are, of course. But I don't know if you can see it just over on the left there. There's like a another one there. They're like those guns, and those are aiming out to sea. And once upon a time, I guess when they were ready for action, the fort over there was proper fort, ready for who knows what. Now those of you that have been following the recent videos will know that we are east of London. So how many forts are there? Once you get out of London and start heading east, this one here is the, there are some smaller ones actually. This one's a bit more well known. It's Tilbury Fort, Tilbury. Some of you will be more familiar with Tilbury because it is a large port where lots of ships come in and all that. And it is also the home of the London International Cruise Terminal. Although from here to central London is probably around about 30 miles, something like that. And that is a working cruise terminal. I've never actually been there with my work. Been to, I suppose, all the cruise terminals really, but never this one. So I guess not too many people use it. Not to worry. And here we go. Here's the river. There's the great beach there. The Costa del Tilbury. Look at that. Anyway, so yeah, so central London is that away. I think on the other side over there is Kent. I'm pretty sure there's no bridge going over there, not these days. I think I read that there used to be, and then, you know, whenever ships came by, it was raised. Not too sure if that's here though. Some of this stuff gets lost in time, you know, the historical stuff. That's Tilbury Fort. And of course Tilbury received a lot of attention from the Germans during the Second World War. Looking this way. Okay, and I don't think we're going to go in. Are we going to go in?
I don't think so.
No, she's really hungry actually. And I mean, okay, you can see some walls down there, parts of walls anyway. And the thing about a lot of this stuff in worldwide really, is that you can get too much of the same old thing. I mean, I've experienced it. First place I think of is somewhere like Thailand. You know, once you've been to, I don't know, half a dozen Watts, you know, there's a certain similarity with them. And it's the same in this country with castles and forts and palaces. I mean, there are some exceptions here and there. But Tilbury Fort, I'm guessing that, you know, once you kind of get inside it, it's just like lots of other forts, with what have you. And the more, for me, its importance is more of its location, and also something a little bit more well known here happened in 1588. Okay, so that's 434 years ago, but it didn't actually happen at the fort apparently. It was just, don't know if the exact location is known. It was on a hill in West Tilbury, so that's that way, maybe, depends right where the hill exactly is. I didn't actually see any evidence that the actual hill is known, but again, this stuff does get lost in history. but apparently it didn't actually happen in Tilbury Fort, and that was where Queen Elizabeth I gave that speech rallying the troops against what was potentially to come, and that was from the Spanish Armada. And you know, what with being a river here and everything else, this would be a great place to bring boats up, and then, you know, London's down there, and then to, I guess, try and conquer. But anyway, yeah, so she gave, I don't know if you saw that film, what's it called, with this Queen Elizabeth I. Anyway, she's maybe just Elizabeth. So she's on that horse, and she's got her long red hair flowing behind her, all very dramatic and everything else, and she's wearing this, I don't know, stuff, and she says something like something to the effect of, you know, I may be a weak and feeble woman, but I have the heart of a lion, or, you know, that kind of thing, right? And a what?
Of a king, and not only a king, but
lion
a king
and
of England.
A king of England. Anyway, yeah. So and that was to inspire the troops, because it's very likely that the Spanish, if it was up to the Spanish, would have come along here. But of course, they never got to that because of Sir Francis Drake and Walter Raleigh and what went on in the English Channel. The Barco del Fuego, the ships of fire. And yeah, so the Spanish actually never succeeded. Else, who knows? We might be looking for paella for lunch or something like that. Oh, Lord above. Anyway, history. Anyway, so yeah, so I guess